Before we begin, I'd like to share this clip of Piss Boy getting dunked on.
Into someone's mind, I think is what it says, to find intent. So how could that be characterized as someone knowing for sure intent or not knowing for sure intent?
You're making an argument. You'll have an opportunity to do that later. Your objection's noted. It's overruled. The state may continue.
Oh my God!
If you're watching this video, it means that you're just like me and that you can't stop watching this man make a fool out of himself over and over and over.
I say that for these.
The last video we made was about Judge Doro and how she sunned the ever-living hell out of Darrell. And by the way, thank you guys for letting me know Darrell's 40 years old, not 35, which is even worse considering the fact that he acted like a 12-year-old the whole time. Now, as much as I would like to believe that Darrell learned something from this whole process, since he's a narcissist, we all know that that's not true. The other thing that I can say about this is the fact that nobody under any circumstance would give this guy the light of day or even the amount of breathing room that Darrell gave him. So, for that reason, I'm going to be Darrell's judge, and we're going to watch him and pay attention to everything that he did to make this whole process uncomfortable. Specifically, this example I have right here. It's with it's him cross-examining Erika Patterson, and I want you guys to really pay attention to this whole thing. Like, if you've watched it already, then you already know how it goes. But to me, when I was paying attention to this, I thought it was amazing how, in one instance, it only took one. This example of the case right here told us everything we needed to know about Darrell.
So clearly you forgot your manners because you haven't introduced me yet.
I apologize, everybody. This is my partner in crime, Turbo. They are a cloud above me, and they have just as much to say about Darrell as I do. Now, with that out of the way, do you have anything to add?
Not yet, no.
All right. So during this whole cross-examination of Erika Patterson, did anybody else notice how condescending and outwardly rude, or he was rude any chance that he got? And she has to sit across from him and listen to all of this nonsense. Within the back of her mind, she's thinking to herself, this fucking guy been beating me, abusing me for the longest time, and now I have to sit in this chair and listen to him speak?
Some people have unbelievable self-control.
The example I want to go over first is when he's actually cross-examining her before he pulls out the pictures. And another thing, he kept referencing how the pictures didn't come out of thin air, but to everybody else in the room, especially Attorney Opper, you caught her off guard. She was like, what's going on here? They did come out of thin air. Nobody, absolutely no one was prepared for that.
The part that did it for me was the amount of confidence he showed when he knew the whole time that it was a bold-faced lie.
See, folks, this is exactly what we're talking about here. You know how much it takes for someone to already lie? This guy was able to lie under oath in a courtroom. It's crazy. I'm pretty sure there's a penalty for that. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but he's not allowed to do that. She could have, if she wanted to, if Judge Doro wanted to, she could have shit on him for that, no? Look at him, staring. Look at him. Get the pictures out.
It was like during this whole process, he was either shitting his pants knowing that he was going to get figured out, or he had all of the intelligence and blessings he read from that Bible that he had right next to him on his side, like nobody was going to see through his poorly crafted cross-examination.
He was given the chance to explain himself on why he thought these pictures and this supposed letter was relevant, and he just dodged the question every way he could. Guy looked like fucking Muhammad Ali out there. Also, completely off topic, but the audio equipment in this courtroom was outstanding.
And Darrell had the audacity to say that he couldn't hear anything Judge Doro was saying despite not having hearing in one ear.
Now, I found it interesting how he just miraculously pulled these pictures out of nowhere, even though he said that pictures don't come out of nowhere. And the best part about this was, and on top of everything that happened in the courtroom, him getting up and saying and him lying to the court.
The audacity.
The
Deeply
audacity
afraid of
on
me and
God.
all
Like,
this type of
why are
stuff.
you lying to the court? You don't need to do that. This is something that you don't need to. This is I don't even know what to say, guys. Like, this is so improper for him to do. Now, the prosecution team, they handled it, you know, the best way that they could. I feel like it took everybody by surprise. But my whole vibe is what I'm trying to convey here is, how do you think Erika feels about all this? You know, like, that's what's going on here.
And willingly giving examples and false testimony as if what he was doing was true. Completely comfortable with the fact that he's lying about the mother of his children, lying in front of a judge, lying in front of a courtroom, and even more daunting, he's lying to the families of the people that he murdered with the same cold expression on his face.
I may take an early lunch.
And he's completely
That's in your
comfortable
cell,
with it too.
then you can
This
go get
this
it and
clip,
bring it. But
now
without
during
that
this whole
letter, I'm
process,
not-
he's trying to fight his way to make everybody believe that these came from Erika Patterson. And Erika knows that they didn't come from him. What I was trying to, the thought process I had was, she might have sent those pictures to him in the past, and he had them. And he asked his mother, because we found out that guy was lying, of course. He asked his mother to send those pictures to him in jail. So I think from you did it from this time, just a long time ago, fucking guy is. I think he was trying to say more of like, these pictures were I received these pictures in the past, not recently. And the other thing, like, I have multiple letters from her. Where are they? Do you have a letter? Is it signed? Hey, oh, okay. Lesson real quick. Do you guys want to tell me, do you guys sign letters? If you're going to write somebody a letter, a way of correspondence, so they know who's sending it, right? Are you going to put your name on that piece of paper? Aren't you? Are you just going to put an address to where it goes? You're not going to say anything. You're not going to say who you are. You're not going to say sincerely or love blank, no name. That whole argument was whack. Who writes? And then the whole thing about Judge Darrell never being in jail. People don't sign letters in jail. Hey, if you've ever went to jail and you're listening to this, do people put their names on letters? Let me know. And this, oh my God.
I think my favorite part about this whole situation, after he gets busted out for not having a letter and ultimately lying about where the pictures originated from, were those two men in the back, the ones that gave their piece about what Darrell did and who he murdered in their family. One of them was actually physically laughing at Darrell, gave a good reaction when he figured out that not only was he a child molester, but he was lying about the whole thing.
It's a tricky little charade this rat tries to play. At this point in time, everyone in the courtroom kind of figures that this guy's full of shit, so the tone seems more uplifting when and here we are at our favorite part, where Darrell has a complete meltdown and decompensates because he realizes not only did he lose, that he got figured out for lying, but that something that I would imagine you wouldn't want anything said in a court like that gets revealed, that he is indeed, yes, a registered sex offender. Terrible.
That guilt and shame combo is so thick you could probably put it in a milkshake and drink it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Feel free to like, share, and comment on this video. Hope you guys stick around for the other content that I have on this page. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Les Ray.